Hi, Christine Faulkner, Elk Grove's estate planning attorney. Thank you for tuning into another edition of Christine's Family Wealth Secrets. So check out the article today, which is about what does it mean to be a trustee? So many people create trusts, and we're not going to go into the reasons why, but you've probably heard that lots of people have trusts and someone is named to act as a trustee. So what does that mean? The person who is the trustee is basically the person who will be responsible to manage trust assets and potentially handle the disposition of those assets after death. A trustee can also manage assets if the grantor or the person or people who create the trust, if they become incapacitated. So the trustee can be asked to step in and manage those assets. So our article today is about what does it really mean to be a trustee? And many people don't understand a couple of really important things. So if you're creating a trust in Sacramento or you're creating a trust in Elk Grove and you're trying to figure out who should be my trustees and what will they have to do? One of the things that it's important for people to understand is that when you're working as a trustee, you have fiduciary liability and the fiduciary obligation to act in the best interest of the beneficiaries of the trust. And so what does that mean? It means that if you don't act on behalf of the beneficiary, or if the creators are still alive, if you're acting in your own interest instead of theirs, you can be sued. So you do have potential liability. If you are a trustee and the creator passes away, your job is to figure out what's part of the trust, what does a trust say I'm supposed to do, and then to execute upon that. Sometimes that can be a pretty expeditious process. Other times, depending on how many assets there are, depending on if there's litigation, if there's some other kind of complicating factors, administering the trust can be a long drawn out process. And yes, there can be court because there may be a trust contest. People don't agree with the terms of the trust if there's ambiguity in the trust itself. And so the trustee is always obligated to act on behalf of the trust. And sometimes it can take a long time. The trustee also has to manage those assets and take care of the property to make sure that it's safe, that it's protected, that it's not stolen if it's personal property, that it's not damaged if it's personal property. If it's bank accounts or investment accounts or other types of financial investments, the trustee has an obligation to use their best judgment in maximizing those assets, to prudently invest them. If it's a piece of real estate, to ensure that the real estate is not just languishing and becoming debilitated. If it's possible to make it into a rental, to make it into a rental. So there's a lot to it. Check out our article. And I'm having some issues with my phone, so I'm gonna jump off. But thank you again for tuning in. Definitely subscribe to our channel if you want more information about estate planning, about trusts and wills. And we are going to continue to keep you updated and give you links to all of our free information. And thanks for following us and tuning in. See you next week.